Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to talk about Zenless Zone Zero again. Except this time, or really, like pretty much every other time we talked about it recently, it's going to be about bad news for the game. Because what's very, very, very clear about this 3.0 teaser that has come out recently, just 2 days ago, is that there's a very significant part of the player base that is not happy at all with what's going on, specifically when it comes to some of the character designs. And the discussion over here is going to focus on how this game really can't lose any more players, especially with the level of engagement that it has right now. Let me go ahead and show you what the active viewer count is on Twitch. Not looking very good. Alongside the average viewers, actually worse. And then when you scroll down and you take a look at the monthly statistics, it averaged 803 viewers across the month of April. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. And in May, it's averaging 485. It's only been 2 days of May. That is to be certain, right? It's only been 2 days of May, but that looks fucking awful, right? That looks good. And when you just take a look at the past history of the game, this is one of the most diabolical downtrends I think anyone has seen in the history of Gacha, rivaled only by Arknight's Enfield. Yeah, they ran out of the sponsors over here, so we're gonna have to wait a while, probably until 1.3 to see these numbers back up. And so what I wanted to do today was take a look at the visceral response of the community over here. This is the ZZZ discussion subreddit, by the way. This typically doesn't even have posts that get this highly upvoted. But what you're going to see over here are people that are very upset about how certain designs for certain units have been turned into, well, you can kind of see what's going on over here, right? The designs are pretty much polar opposites of what we saw before, where I guess she got implants between the initial teaser over here for Sunbringer and, well, Yizhuan version 3 that they're showing over here. So first things first, to TSF for the discussion, it probably makes sense for us to actually see this teaser, and then, of course, the overall response from the community. Let's go ahead. Let's get right on into this one. Go into it with an open mindset, because we already know the community hates this game. Maybe we'll like it as Wuthering Waves players.
Hides a secret.
Okay, we got the Bamboo City.
An endless stream of data.
Okay, we got the new outfits for the proxies. Oh, we got Alicia, boys. Hey, she's back. Hey, Alicia version 3. Hell yeah, brother. It's back.
Originating from a place
Toilet seat Bamboos,
far
cool.
removed from the noise of the city. The celestial nexus.
Oh, they're really
Rose
focusing on her.
Caliber.
They just released Cyrene. Just think about it this way, guys. Like, they, just released Cyrene. Or, it's only been, 4 months, right?
Go. Inform all department heads of the decision.
3, 2, 1!
I guess they added Klee to the game, too.
Parameters are correct. Why is the output...
Kind of, yeah.
It's good that you stay focused on your work.
Why does that look like Ambi?
But perhaps it's time I take a closer look at your research budget.
Oh, that's Yizhuan number 2.
Huh? Why, Belina? You already cut it last month.
The wind's picking up. The storm is coming.
Yeah, remember what I said about Yizhuan number 2? Let me just make sure I'm validated. Yep. No, that is Yizhuan number 2.
The storm is coming.
Wait, is this a different character? No, it's the same as her. Nah. It's the same. It's the same unit.
Huh? What agreement? You need my signature too? Since when did Flint Workshop's opinion matter this much?
Why does this kind of look like just like an alternative version of Bernice? Doesn't that look too similar to Bernice? They could have at least used different colors. They could have at least used different colors, because it's the same colored eyes, the same colored hair, the same colored outfit, frankly, if we're going to be honest over here. And then, the twin tails too. It's like, sure, you could say that there are some differences in the design. She looks like a blend of like Yuno and Bernice. Some could say that. But like, bro, why are the colors exactly the same? Like literally exactly the same. I think that's kind of like the issue to me. Like if this was just like maybe a different hair color and like different accent color of like not red, I could see the design looking better, but like, bro, it's kind of the same. It's the same fucking color palette. They look nothing alike. Yeah, you guys are just ZZ. This is why I say ZZZ players are retarded. This is why I say you guys are dumb. What do you mean they look nothing alike? At this point, you're just coping.
Please, don't make trouble for Dad.
Oh, they added sucrose too. Cool.
Okay, I'll sign it.
The rest should be reviewed again as well.
Yes, sir.
And some NPCs. I like the outfits of the knights though. These guys look cool. Yeah, no, these guys look pretty badass. No, these guys are cool.
No elegance.
Hey, you alright?
Lady Secret?
Is she like a centaur? What the fuck is that leg?
What I mean is, your
Oh, yeah, okay, so they added Durandal from HI3. There you go, guys, they added Durandal.
tactics are sound, but your execution still needs work.
That looks too much like Durandal. I'm sorry, bro. These are some recycled fucking designs. I'm just gonna be real with you here. I'm sorry. I've gotta just say it. They weren't lying when they said the HI3 designers were coming back for this one, bro. They weren't lying. That is Durandal from Honkai Impact 3rd. And wait until I show you something else. You're gonna love this one. This one's really gonna fuck you guys up.
Your
This one's gonna piss you guys off.
And yet, prosperity is nothing more than a fleeting illusion.
Okay, I guess she looks. I feel like this design is from somewhere else too. But yeah, emo Columbina altar. I don't think I need to show a version of that.
The source of that endless stream is neither human ingenuity.
She kind of does like seem to have like the same vibe, like literally like dark version of Columbina.
Nor a gift from the heavens above.
I would say she looks like one of the most original ones so far,
It is a
though.
chasm of suffering.
Is this really the outcome you want?
All right, I'm not gonna lie, she just looks boring.
Those who gaze into the abyss will find the abyss gazing back. Those who abandon their past cannot escape being hunted by it.
Rose Califer.
This guy just looks like Jing Yuan. Some people are saying, oh, no way, bro. This doesn't look like Jing Yuan. Golden eyes, too, by the way. Guys, I mean, he's a cat, so it gives a lion vibe. Oh, you mean this lion vibe? Bro, it looks like these two just did the fusion ha. He merged with his lion and made this. I know there are a ton of ZZZ players in the chat that are trying to defend this. So many of these designs literally just look like old, rehashed Hoyoverse characters. You cannot deny that at this point. You cannot. There's really no defending it. Let's just be real here. Stop inhaling the copium and be real for a second.
That towering ideal now stands on the brink of collapse. The old vows may no longer remain.
Alicia's back, ladies and gentlemen.
All I want is an answer.
Yep, who could have thought that she was gonna have a white outfit, bro? Who could have thought? A white outfit with wings?
One that only you can give.
I mean, do I even need to show Cyrene? We probably do, because ZZZ players have selective memory. They're like, wait, this doesn't look like Alicia. This doesn't look like Cyrene. Say, why are you going ahead and trying to, like, why are you making, like ridiculous equivalencies, bro? That doesn't look like her. They look completely different. They look nothing alike. How dare you talk about the similarities between the two? They look nothing alike, bro.
Sunbringer.
Get ready for this one. The Archon, the Void Hunter, Sunbringer. You ready for this? You guys want to know what the main character of Honkai Impact 3 looks like? Yeah, that's Kiana Castellana. ZZZ literally got turned into Honkai Impact 4, bro. They were just like, shit, Amphorius was such a smashing success. We saved so much budget on character designs because we just reused everybody from HI3. Bro, let's just do that again for ZZZ Season 3. Bro, hey, we're running out of budget. Let's just recycle every past design we've had for ZZZ Season 3. Can you look beyond that? No, you really can't, right? There's really not a lot of defensibility. There's really not a lot of defense that can be done over here for whatever the fuck that was. So naturally, we've gone through why there's already going to be people that are upset. In terms of just like the character design and like the branding and all of that, the lack of originality, all of that shit, right? But it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, there's more. It goes beyond that. And this post over here really does seem to hit the nail on the head. This was Sunbringer's original design on the left. Clearly, you can see it's like a way more conservative thing going on over here. Some people even thought that this was like a fucking dude, if we're gonna be honest, right? Like genuinely a sort of like androgynous looking getup. And then you just see over here, they turned her into Yizhuan 3. Sorry, I'm blocking it. Yeah, they just turned her into Yizhuan 3. Bro, look at those cannons. If you get the reference, you get the reference. Look at those cannons. That was not there. That was not there on the one before. Not even close. And naturally, right, it appears that they've decided to switch the designs of all these units to just go full on Gunnar. I personally don't have a very strong opinion about this because I don't play the fucking game and I don't really care that much. However, what's kind of obvious is that this is really early material that a lot of individuals, when they made the decision to play ZZZ, right? This is what brought them on in the first place. Because they expected that these units were going to be coming out in the future. They invest in the game early on to, you know, get interested in the world and all of that. And then when this character on the left gets released, they're like, oh shit, I love it. Amazing. And then they basically just do a whole bait and switch and then turn her into a porn star. There are no pants in Roscalfier. That's just some of the designs. And what you'll begin to see is that a lot of people are really not happy with it. Guys, I applied as a ZZZ Season 3 designer. Will I get accepted? Basic ass eyes, gradient thing under the collar thingy so neck won't look empty, under boob, detached sleeves, very short dress or shorts, cannot wear pants. These two stocking options and garters are a must-have. Hired. Hey, get him over here. Get him on the fucking team. Colonel Dunn seemed like a prim and proper type, but turns out she's got a total nympho vibe. They're calling her a hoe. And Sunbringer seemed like a slender guy. Nope, she's got massive boobs. The worldview for the PV is totally shattered. That was in Japanese, by the way. And you can see that the engagement over here is badonkers. Translated comments on Sunbringer. Ooh, I can't wait for these. They got ZZZ translated comments. Hello, Chinese players. I'm a global player of this game, and I'm curious to know how Chinese players are reacting to the new design of Sun Messenger, Sunbringer. The global player base is roughly divided into two camps. One prefers the old version's military-style design, while the others prefer the new version's more revealing design. Personally, while the new design is acceptable, I still prefer the old version. This is a machine-translated message. Why don't you guys give feedback and ask the development team to release a military uniform skin? You're the Chinese ones, okay? The older version is more deeply ingrained in people's minds, which is a point of contention with the new. It's another case of using the community voice to represent the collective player base. Please provide more feedback. Personally, I feel like it's not as good as the old version. That old one was too cool. I also like the old military version. I've already submitted feedback. I prefer the old version. I don't see anyone over here say that they prefer the Gunnar stuff. Maybe there'll be like more updates soon, but yeah, it's kind of obvious that, well, the initial player base that this game had in 1.0, Hoyoverse doesn't give a fuck about them. Yeah, let's just not give a shit about the 1.0 players Hey, that's the right move to make, guys. Just don't care about the 1.0 players. Filter everybody, right? Until this is all you have left. Stellar idea. Most of the complaints are about Sunbringer's design. People don't mind the others. I think this is the thing. Every unit in the game that got introduced looks like a porn star. And so I think they kind of just wanted the one unit that didn't look like one to not look like one. Does that make sense? The one unit that they advertised as not looking like a porn star, they're upset that they got converted into one. There we go. We even got a resident ZZZ enjoyer over here with that take. It makes me sad to see where the ZZZ art direction has gone. You look at Zhu Yan, that's a cop. You look at Ellen, that's a shark maid. Look at Lucy, that's a biker. You can tell what they are at a glance. These new characters aren't bad, but they don't look like anything in particular. I've already said what they look like. They look like they belong to the streets. Anyways, every time I see this showing up on my timeline today, I think back to this video. I haven't felt inspired much to make art of the new characters because I can't tell their personality at a glance. The current design line is kind of disappointing. Are we in a woo-wah? Why the hell is everyone so fucking ugly? So the reality over here is that Zenless Zone Zeros are so mad that they're now taking shots at other games that have better character design. Yeah, remember when the main critique was, I got no idea what these units are supposed to be? You can't say that about, this guy's obviously a pirate. If you can't tell that he's a pirate, you're retarded. She's obviously like a Japanese Miko. If you can't tell that, you're stupid. She's like a tribeswoman. That's pretty much clear. This dude looks like a doctor. He actually looks like a doctor. She looks like some shit from Evangelion. Scientist, rowdy schoolgirl, quiet schoolgirl, where winds meet. Oh, and other bonus. Cripple. You can kind of see what's going on over here. These guys are just desperate to take shots at other titles now to get the heat off of Zenless Zone Zero. Imagine making the most ridiculous sort of like claim over here. But then again, it makes sense why they're doing that, right? They want to talk shit about the better game because they know ZZZ is literally in the dumpster right now. So I can't really blame them too much, right? It's kind of like a kid throwing a temper tantrum. But don't worry, guys, there's more. Crazy how much of a design change was made within a year. People love ZZZ for its cool streetwear, techwear, and look that a lot of characters had that made them stand out. The new characters are all looking like they're wearing the same fit and getting closer to the overall Honkai look. So it's not just me saying that every unit looks fucking redesigned. What else we got? This game just has no self-respect anymore, which it never really did in the first place considering they relaunched 5 times. But this is a new low. Are we seriously getting visuals like this in Zenless Zone Zero's 3rd season 2? More shots at Woo-Wah. I don't know where Luke was in this cutscene, though. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, bro was surprisingly missing for this cutscene. Maybe he was making candy. Everyone's talking about Sunbringer, and this shelter is freezing me out. No misogyny. The design is disgustingly shitty. Generated for free in Grok. And you want to know what they used as the prompt for this design? Yeah, no, they just, remember what I showed you before about Durandal, right, from Honkai Impact 3rd? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they used that as a prompt. They were like, yeah, make her a rabbit. Yeah, make Durandal a rabbit. Thanks, Grok. And I think this is the one that's really going to hit the nail on the head. Hello, I'm a ZZZ character designer. This is my Miyabi redesign. Maybe her banner won't flop this time. You want to know what the most upsetting part about this is? Hoshimi Miyabi over here is actually the highest selling unit in the history of the game. This is literally the most popular character they've ever had. And so these developers know that they can make designs that sell without making every unit a porn star. They know that it can be done. They just need to have good designs like this one. But they're not even trying anymore. Bro, you can tell from this trailer, they're not even trying anymore. And I think the biggest example of how little they're trying, guys, is this unit. Bro, like, I could understand them reusing old designs from their other games. They reused a design from ZZZ to make this unit. They reused their own existing character to make this design. There's kind of just no fucking excuse for this one. Genuinely, there's no bro, or do you think you're not gonna get these two characters confused when you look at their icons? Do you genuinely think that you're gonna be able to clearly tell the differences between these two? in like a character select menu or looking at the little icons? Are you saying that just because of twin ponytails, I'm saying they're the same? Are you retarded? We already talked about this before, but it's the color scheme, the hair color, the fucking palette of the clothing. They're all the fucking same. And you're out here saying that the only equivalencies is the twin ponytails? Like, you're just not looking at anything else? I agree. There's no way we can be that simple. Yeah, we can't be that simple. I agree. It's not that much of a difference. So you're Yeah, you're just retarded. It's a lack of inspiration. It's a lack of creativity. And it's crazy to see so little effort being put into the character designs of this game. But it also just leads me to believe that, yes, this game is losing budget. And it's losing budget fucking fast. To the point where I think, like, the biggest cuts that are being made is literally to the design team. Because how do you rehash so much stuff over and over? I think this is, like, the one character that actually doesn't look like a redo of something else. A couple of days ago, my post blew up on Twitter and X, and everyone was telling me to go die, to burn alive, calling me a kind of LARPer. Today, the new trailer dropped, and a bunch of people are asking, what the hell is this, Genshin or Honkai? That's the Zenless Zone Zero community, guys. They like to think that the game is amazing. They like to think that the game is perfect. But the reality is that it's nothing close to it. And they'll shit on anybody relentlessly for just pointing out the truth behind the game. Not gonna lie, Saint, used to come for you for quality content. Now it's complaint content, unfollowed. 3 previous messages in my chat and was like, yeah, you know what, Saint, I used to be a loyal member of your community, and I was truly engaging with your content at a very, very, very deep level. And because you have decided to go ahead and have such an unfair take when it comes to Zenless Zone Zero, yeah, now you've crossed the line. 6 total messages, 3 of them sent today. And he only came to chat into one of my streams. Nyx Astra Zero Alth has spent 2 hours. You literally can just get the glue and just see that these guys are actively LARPing. Be my viewer. Bro, this shit is so cringe, it's unreal. Bro, this community is legitimately pathetic. I don't even know what to say. I genuinely feel like a big reason for why people stop playing ZZZ, I'm not even joking, is because the community is legitimately pathetic. Would you want to be known as the guy that's playing the game that only retarded people play? No, because then people are going to think you're retarded too. By proxy. Pun intended. Good luck, ZZZ players. Y'all gonna have to deal with Alicia fans. Praying for y'all. Good luck. The most insufferable HI3 shippers are gonna start talking about some lesbian-coded stuff very soon. Don't worry, they did more than that. Hey, we got Sunbringer, ladies and gentlemen. We got Sunbringer. Don't worry about that one. And you want to know what else I think I witnessed in here that I didn't actually comment on yet? Yeah, they have Raiden May, too. Yeah, bro, they added Child and Raiden May. I'm not even joking. Raiden is there, bro. You already know the purple hair. So they added Raiden, Kiana, Alicia. Bro, you already know they're going to be coming out with the Bronya, too. Y'all have no idea what kind of terrorist fandom you're up against. You want to know how much of a terrorist fandom HI3 is? HI3's fandom prevented male characters from getting added to the game. They literally blew such a gasket that male characters, even though several were planned, got removed from the game's roadmap. Also the bodysuit incident. They're wild. Yeah, it's wild over there. Adding new story writers from HI3 was a mistake. Always. So you got Sunbringer, Kiana, Ramiel, Dan, Alicia, and then of course, Raiden May as well. Fuck it, just put everyone, get in here! Literally. They already did it for Amphorius, and now they're just going again in ZZZ 3.0. They just need their Sela and their Himeko. Don't worry, guys, they're coming. Sunbringer, why do you look like Caesar? Diverse color palettes and design philosophies versus white, black, and gray with a touch of color, and a need to show cleavage or the artist is fired. You can kind of see what's going on over here, right? A lot of people are very unhappy and pretty much critiques, shitting all over this game, shitting all over the HI3 influence, shitting all over the lack of originality when it comes to the character designs. That is the only thing dominating the discussion over here. But there have been some individuals, right, that are more so on the side of the ZZZ developers. So why don't we go ahead and take a look? We got an example of the toxic positivity over here that is killing this game. if you are in the state of approving of what Hoyoverse is doing, saying that it's good, saying that it doesn't deserve critique, that it's perfectly fine, you're the reason why this game has been on the most diabolical downtrend in gacha history. Do recognize that. You are a font of toxic positivity that is going to kill this game. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Man, I fuck with everything about the world design in ZZZS3 that I've seen so far. I'm dead serious. I don't care what y'all be calling that. Urban fantasy, HSRification, identity loss, D's nuts. I don't give a flying fuck. Yeah, nobody else in the community does either. These guys are just gonna be out here eating slop. How it feels to give ZZZ multiple second chances. Just give me the slop. Brother, just give me the slop. I love it. It's so delicious. Everyone else hates it, but I love it. Please give me more. I want this game to have 100 players. I want this game to go below. Get ready for this, bro. I want this game to regularly hit 69 viewers across 22 channels for an average of 3 viewers per channel. Yes, I love that shit, bro. Can we go even lower? Yeah, 54 across 24. 2 viewers a channel. Please, please give me more of whatever's doing this. I love it. I love when my game falls off and nobody wants to play it anymore. I love that.
Oh, but ZZZ is just a bad game to watch on Twitch. Oh, well, ZZZ is just boring to watch.
It used to have viewers. This game is literally actually living up to the title of Zenless Zone Zero viewers. Literally, Zenless Zone Zero viewers. And 0 players as well.
Shit looks amazing. And I can't wait to get there myself.
Great, you'll be able to enjoy it by yourself too. Awesome. And of course, there's some content creators. The very few content creators that are left from ZZZ that have decided to voice some of their opinions too. Sunbringer Outfit bringing the latest round of the Puritan side of Hoyo fandom, coming after ZZZ for being Gooner Slop. Most of you never played ZZZ and just come after it every time it does something you deem distasteful. I don't think this is true. I think there's pretty much a fair amount of evidence over here that a lot of people played ZZZ and then dropped it, and they dropped it for a reason. So let's kind of like get that straight first. Leave the Gooner game to us Gooners. Get filtered. Let me just blow this up real fast. Everyone got filtered already. They got filtered like fucking crazy from the Angels of Delusion, bro. Yes, we all remember the idol characters where everyone saw the designs and they were like, what the fuck is this? What is this shit, bro? And then everyone quit the game after they got released. Literally, everyone quit the game after they got released. So you already filtered a fuck ton of people right off rip. They're pre-filtered, bro. Bro, you don't got anybody left. Bro, there's nobody. What do you mean get filtered? There's nobody left. Who can still get filtered from this? It's already all gone. We can't be saying get filtered when this is what the player and view counts look like. Bro, we cannot be saying get filtered when this is what the game regularly is averaging on Twitch. What's clear is that ZZZ, as it's heading into its 3rd anniversary, literally looks like a fucking disaster. I have never seen a game like so mismanaged on the creative, gameplay, whatever side, to the point where it actually looks like it's approaching EoS, even though it's actually approaching its 2nd anniversary. I don't even think anyone can dispute that the future of this game looks like it's in sincere danger. If there was any game that people would expect to be dropped from the Hoyo portfolio, I don't think it's Tears of Themis. I don't think it's HI3. I think it's actually this one. No joke at all. It genuinely looks like it would be this one. Hoyo doesn't drop its games. ZZZ could be the one to break that trend. Because as far as I'm concerned, bro, does this game even belong in the big 3 anymore? Or the big 4? Does it even belong in conversations with Wuwa? Does it even belong in conversations with Star Rail or Genshin? I don't think it does anymore. I think it's actually irrelevant. And you want to know what the funniest thing is? It took ZZZ 2 years to get here. That's not actually that long. It's kind of impressive how they speed ran this shit. It took ZZZ 2 years to get here. And we think this is crazy. Bro, it's going to take Enfield like 6 fucking months. These are what the numbers are looking like, bro, on their 1.2 patch. Just so you know, there's 20 days left on the Zhongfengli banner. Do you know what AKE is hitting in terms of numbers? The Sentinel patch. The equivalent of Wuwa 3.1. The equivalent of ZZZ 1.4. The equivalent. We were just goofing around laughing at these numbers for ZZZ. This is what AKE is hitting on its second patch. Imagine that this is what the gacha space has become, ladies and gentlemen. A mess of sponsored streamers who are just hopping from one game to another. And so maybe that's the tactic that Hoyo's going to take, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to follow into the footsteps of AKE and NTE and just pay people to play the game. But unfortunately, as you can clearly see what's happening with AKE over here, guys, when the next game comes out that's paying everybody to play it, all of the engagement is just going to disappear for your title into thin fucking air. Into thin fucking air. Now that the streamers that you had pretending to play the fucking game are now getting paid to play something else. Absolutely fucking diabolical. This shit looks terrible. But that's the reality of the gacha space and live streaming right now. Ruined beyond belief. And so we'll see what ZZZ does. Because I think ZZZ is actually one of those games that isn't. Hoyo really doesn't do those tactics, right? They rely on like word of mouth and people playing games and play their games and shit on their own. Hoyo doesn't sponsor a lot of people to like play their games on release. But maybe for this game, they're gonna start. This could be the next AKE. This could be the next NTE. Who knows? Let me know what you all thought. It's not looking good to me. Peace out.